There's little doubt that this announcement from Hamas is significant. It comes after months and months of diplomatic wrangling behind the scenes, particularly from mediators Egypt, Qatar and Turkey. But at the same time, it would be premature to think that this is going to lead to an immediate major breakthrough in Gaza, a sudden shift in the dynamic on the ground in the war-ravaged Strip. And that's because Hamas's announcement is conditional on Israel upholding its side of this bargain. And we know that there has been a lot of rigidity when it comes to the Netanyahu government's position here, even though it generally follows the positions of the Trump administration. And it was Donald Trump himself who made the announcement about this agreement in the early hours of Friday morning local time here in the Middle East. So what are some of the issues here? Well, let's look at that point about the laying down or the handing over of weapons. Hamas says it will hand over its weapons to be put into storage inside Gaza. That is something that Israel has long railed against, saying that those weapons need to be taken out of the Strip. Hamas is also saying it would lay down its weapons once Israeli forces withdraw from large parts of Gaza. Again, Israel has long insisted it would only withdraw its troops once the complete disarmament of Hamas is complete. In addition to that withdrawal, there is this debate over exactly how far Israeli troops would pull back. Hamas demanding, at least in the first instance, that they pull back to the original yellow line, the boundary of territory inside Gaza agreed to in that October 2025 ceasefire, which resulted in Israel controlling just over half of the territory inside Gaza. In the 9 months since the truce was announced, Israel has continually encroached deeper and deeper into Gaza. It now controls just over 60% according to the IDF, and Benjamin Netanyahu had indeed ordered it to go even further, 70%. How Israel views that yellow line and the definition of that yellow line could also come into play here. And beyond that, Hamas has been demanding that the new Palestinian technocratic committee, known as the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza, which has been set up underneath Donald Trump's Board of Peace, Hamas has been demanding that be allowed to come into Gaza and get on with the job of running the Strip. To this point, Israel has not allowed the committee to set foot in Gaza. It has been managing its affairs from Cairo. So there are a number of issues there which present hurdles along this path, regardless of the fact that Donald Trump is still spruiking this as a major success and suggesting it will lead to some progress in the Strip.
We do have an understanding with Israel. Israel is very happy about it. Israel helped us. And they've been very good. They've been very good about it. Most people said that would be a deal that would be undoable. Now, will it go through its ups and downs? It's a very complex situation over there. The people are very complex and difficult.
We've spoken to some Palestinians on the ground in Gaza today. It's safe to say that skepticism is the prevailing view.
Believing they will honour any agreement would be naive. These people neither keep promises nor agreements. We know Israel's history of expansion, and they never withdraw from occupied areas. It's impossible.
Israel's word doesn't mean much in reality. We can only hope that God makes this happen.
Hamas will never surrender its weapons. It would only hand them over to the authority that replaces it. There is a difference between not using weapons and giving them up. If it ever hands over its weapons, it would only be to Palestinians.
In the absence of this initial response from the Netanyahu government, the vacuum that has created has been filled by some of the most outspoken members of Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition cabinet, including Israel's far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir. He has said that this is not acceptable to Israel, that Israel must continue its strikes against Hamas. It must encourage Palestinians to leave the Strip, and that any announcement which allows Hamas to lay down its weapons is simply an opportunity for the group to regroup and plan its next attack against Israel. One of Benjamin Netanyahu's biggest political opponents, the former IDF Chief of Staff Gadi Eisenkot, who is surging in the polls in Israel ahead of the October 27 election, has also criticised the Netanyahu government over this, using words such as capitulation. This will be a hotly debated issue in the lead up to that poll, and that's probably why we are yet to hear much from the Netanyahu government, at least publicly.